As you all know that India is going through a lot of digital transformation. I'm specifically going slow, but if you have any doubts, please do not hesitate. Raise your hands and you can do it. Today we will just have a discussion. I am also joined by my team. We have got some instruments. We will do the hands-on tomorrow onwards, but you will understand what are the instruments and everything. Most of it you already know, but then to show you how things are actually and how it's going to work. Okay, so this project contains majorly of two parts. One is the hardware component, the other one is the software. Hardware is what is given to you on the name of brand of Leica, which you would see. We have instruments like GS18, the GNSS receivers, and then we also have a total station where you will be using those in the field. In the software, there are three components. One is a centralized server, which is called MAP. These are some terms that, product names that you may keep hearing with different team members. Second, we have field software, which is called Captivate, and the other one is called Infinity. Okay, two softwares are provided to you on the field, and one is on the server. Why do you need all these three softwares is what I will explain to you. The whole project, how we are looking at how it will actually work, is the Ente Bhoomi server, that is the NIC server, that has all the information. So the block that you have created, the digital block that you have created, the parcels that have been assigned, everything happens in the Ente Bhoomi application. From there, we bring it into a centralized system, centralized server, which is using through APIs, application program interface, and we are getting all the data that is happening. Until now, it was not on a real time. So there are the earlier batch have to wait for almost 1 day because every sync will happen every night. But now we are enhancing this, and this probably by tomorrow we should have real time. So the moment you create a block, you create assign a surveyor to a parcel, everything will come into the system immediately. Okay. Once the data comes into the system, the data is into the MAP tables, and this data is then made available to your field device. All will happen in a real time, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes of delay. That's all. Right? It all depends upon your internet connectivity and how well the data is going to come. So in the earlier system, what we had was the full block used to come. But now what will happen is, as and when you create in your Form 50, the data will start to come into the system, into your system. Once the data is brought into your machine in the Infinity, it is like a staging where you are seeing all the data is there. Then you take it to the software that controls the hardware. That is called the Captivate. Using the Captivate, you will then do your survey. You will start editing your parcels and then moving forward. Once you have finished, you will check all the parcels are properly done in the Infinity software. Once everything is good, then you will push it back to the server. Okay? So that will be your workflow. Once the data comes into the server, there will be another team who will do a QA/QC of the checking whether the parcel is overlapping. Sometimes what happens is surveyors from two different blocks have captured and they may not be actually overlapping. 90% it should not happen, but just in case. Right? So they will check that particular thing. And if there is some duplicate parcel numbers or it could be like one of the point has not been captured, by mistake you have sent it. So they will, whatever that happens, they will do a QA/QC out here and they will reject it back to you. So you will have a rejected parcel also. Okay? Not just the data that comes from Ente Bhoomi, but you may also have a rejected parcel that is coming from the system. Okay? That means what you have to do is the rejected parcel, again you will have to go for resurvey or whatever is the comment. It may be that, what happens is what we have seen in the field. I was in the field yesterday. So if there is a curvature like this, right? One surveyor has taken one point there, and it comes as a straight line. It doesn't come as a curvature, right? Whereas the other person, he would have taken it as a curvature. So there is a gap, or there may be an overlap. So these things have to be sorted out, right? We cannot leave it like that. So for those things, the rejected parcels may come back to your system, and you will have to do this now. Once that is all done, there is an admin tool which will overlay all the blocks or all the villages, boundaries, and everything, and then push it back into the server. Okay, so this is the workflow that the software is going to work. Now here, there is another important aspect that when you are doing some things on the field, right, you may require like Google Map as a backdrop, or you may require some drone imagery as a backdrop and things like that. So we are providing you something called as web services coming from different services. It could be from Survey of India, it could be from our Kerala STI, it could be from different places. But the important thing is, whatever may be the data sources, we should be able to connect, we should be able to use it as a backdrop and verify it. That we are doing through what is called OGC. Did you all hear about this word, OGC? OGC is something called as Open GIS Consortium. Okay? Back in the, I'll not go to the history, but back in the days, in United States, some data is in ESRI shapefile, some data is in some other file format, something is there in other file format. But when it comes to emergency, all data has to come into one system. So it became difficult for people to organize. So they formed an kind of an NGO, which is called as Open GIS Consortium, where they define standards, just like our ISO standards. Okay? So your plug, like for example, the electric plug, what we have in our houses, in all over India will be the same. Right? You can, like Kerala can have their different plug and everybody can have, but it is like a standard. In the same way, the GIS data also became into a standardized through this, what is called as OGC. Okay? So your imagery could be from drone imagery, it could be from satellite image, whether it's in this projection, whether it is in the WGS 84, whether it is in UTM coordinates, whatever, everything comes, and I should be able to see in my system. Right? So that is the main concept of OGC, to make everything into a standardized format. Once the data is there, then we will start to work on it. All clear so far? This is an architecture, the overall picture of what is going to happen in the system. Okay? Then we'll get into some workflows. Okay. Close this.
Yes, top right.
There's close one.
No.
Oh, here, right. Yes. I didn't know it was a touch screen. So, we will now talk about scenarios. The overall architecture is in your picture, right? We all know that there is something called digital block. Right? In digital block, we have a parcel. Okay? This is our main identifier, what we are working on it. This parcel will have a geometry. Okay? Just like shape, everything. But it will also have something called land identifier. Okay? The land identifier is the survey number, which district it belongs to, blah blah blah. Whether it is assigned to a particular survey name, number, and there will be also some status and everything, what we will have to work for. There is one row, what I said as status, listening to survey. This is an important field that is what is binding the whole workflow. Okay? So anything that comes from Ente Bhoomi application will by default come as to survey. Right? Ente Bhoomi will provide data in 3 different scenarios. First scenario is the parcel will have a line identifier and it will also have a geometry. That is the best scenario. So you will have a shape, you will also have the information about everything. Second scenario is there is no geometry, but you have only land identifier. Okay. Third is there is no parcel coming from Ente Bhoomi at all. Okay. That means Ente Bhoomi is not showing that there is a parcel, but you as the ground people, you know that there is a parcel there. Right? So these are the typical three scenarios that we have to handle in this project. Okay? We'll go deeper into each one of it. So if there is parcel with land identifier and geometry, the best scenario, what will happen is from the Ente Bhoomi, using the APIs, the data will come into our server. And that data is now made available. Okay, all actual data is stored in tables and graphically it is available. Okay. So what we will have to do is, the data is come into my server. You will open what is called infinity. Okay. So there are some options which are provided. Talk about it, how it will actually work. But understand, my main idea is to show you how the workflow happens. You will open infinity. You will pull the data from the server. Once the data is there, you will be able to see it. Okay. And then you will push that, okay, I have to now start to do my capture. Did you notice that this is in a different color, this is in a different color? So all parcels that needs to be surveyed will be in blue color, this color. Okay? So when you take it into Captivate, that is the field instrument application, the process will now become into in progress. The status will, instead of to go to survey, it will become into in progress. That is the time you will have a different color. Then you will start capturing using the instrument. Okay, so GPS, road station, whatever instruments that you have, you can capture this parcel. Once the parcel is captured, it will convert into green in color. Okay, that means the parcel you are already processed and the output is ready for QC. Right? From there, once there is an option called close end survey. The moment you do an end survey, all the parcels will come into your infinity again. This is a stage where you are going to check and you are going to do your own QC. You can check everything is fine, good, all nice. Then you say, push it to the server. Okay? Now in this whole process, what you have to understand is, I can pick a parcel that I want to do a survey. When I am doing the survey, the old parcel will get now replaced with a new geometry. So the old parcel will not be there. It will get replaced by a new geometry, and that new geometry will now be replaced into the server. Is it clear? Any doubt on this workflow? So let me just go a couple of slides back. This is the data flow, how the data is going to flow. This is clear to everyone? Now, we talked about one scenario where we are going to have a block which is going to contain a parcel. The parcel will have geometry and land identifier. Three basic scenarios that will come from Ente Bhoomi is you will have a geometry and you will have a land identifier. Second scenario is geometry is not there, but you have information about the parcel. Third option is there is no parcel at all. And we looked at the first option where the parcel has a land identifier and geometry. So it's pretty simple that we take the data and that is all made. That is the standard way of how we have to do the survey. Okay? Next, let us talk about the second scenario. I missed the slide. Oh. Okay. In the second scenario, maybe the slide is missing. In the second scenario, you will not see any graphical visualization, but the data is made available into the Captivate. Through the Captivate, you will select and you will start doing the survey. So a new geometry will happen. So the thing is, the geometry will not be, all the other new information is sent to the Captivate. You will take the parcel and you will do your new survey. Okay, any doubt?
So we have a solution.
Yes.
Because of the roughly reference, all data, when we take the new data, it will not lie on top of it or adjacent to it. Very big long.
Shift.
So we have to maintain the whole data as a layer there. It should not be disappear when we have in the observation. So it will make confusion to the our process.
Okay, so I take your suggestion, but I also say that if I don't delete it, what will happen is, this layer will also be there. This is a new layer that has come. Though it will have different colors, but it will sit one over the other and they will smudge.
No, it's not also. It's not like there.
Like here, right?
It is not the new layer. The observation layer should is not lying on the top of the old layer because of the georeference of georeference. It is not a perfect condition like that. It will be lying on much difference is there.
Really?
It's
We can think about it. We'll take a note of it. Right? But ideally, we thought there will be just a very
no, it is
slight.
an ideal situation. in our state,
Okay.
georeference is done on a rough progress.
Okay.
We cannot have a perfect match and related ground.
Okay. So we'll take that and we'll see how we can add the old parcel.
Just this is layer.
Absolutely, I agree. So, what will happen to when there is a new parcel scenario? Okay. Here again, there are two ways of how it actually works. One is in a connected environment. That means you have internet connection, right? So you will come back to an IC, Ente Bhoomi application, fill up the form 50, you create the block, and then the whole thing will happen, right? That is a general process. But what will happen if you are in a disconnected mode? There is no internet, I cannot create a form 50, right? There could be some kind of problems also because you are on the field. So here we have created something called as a new button in Captivate. So from Captivate, you will click on new button. You will have to fill the values, right? Because you are now in not connected mode. There is no data that has come. So in the earlier workflows, the workflow may look very simple, but it has got a lot of complication that when we are pulling the data, we are making sure that the data is maintained locally on your machines, so that you don't have to be always on a connected mode. You can go up into a disconnected mode. But here in this scenario, you are completely disconnected from the server. So you start with a new parcel, you have to fill all the values, right? And once that is there, then you push it to infinity, right? You can, this is like a stage. You can put it on here temporarily, see everything, finalize it, and then push it into the server, right? Then we will finally push it into NIC. Okay? Any questions? All clear? All?
Here we are another suggestion.
Yes.
In the field, we see the landowner name to be best for us.
Yeah, that will also be coming. Here, I showed you only small this thing, but you'll have landowners, everything with details also there.
This landowner's name, that's an.
Yeah, that is, I mean, from Ente Bhoomi, whatever is data is coming, we are showing that. We have added landowner's name, owner's name. I don't know whether Must be a landowner. Of course.
That is because when you are selecting the all data, it will be accurate.
Right. So this is all the data that I am getting from the Ente Bhoomi application. We have now added the owner name also. That is there.
When we are out of internet, TK won't work there.
You can use total station, right? So the software Captivate is it is like you can use it for total station. You can use it for RTK also. Same software goes for both. You can use it. Any doubts on this? I always felt this is the most important slide because this is where the whole data actually flows and everything. Okay. So I'll give you a glimpse of what the server will look like. So this is the MAP application. When you log in into the, you can see the data. And this is what everybody can see it. We are making it public for now so that you can all see that once you have got from Ente Bhoomi, where are the parcels that are coming. Right now we have used not Google Maps, but it's an open map what we have. We have put it on there as a WMS. You can put all the parcels there. Okay. That is the interface that you will see. Then in Infinity, by default, there will be a connection. You don't have to worry about it. The connection will be established. The data is automatically every time connected. So you don't have to worry about whether the connection is there, what is the username, passwords and everything. That is all taken care of. Now, in Infinity, you start with what is called as creating a project. Okay. I'll show you the application also. You start with what is creating a project. And there is one tab called external services. Here, what is important to you is only this part. Okay, we try to bring everything into one place. So when you click on surveyor, it opens up a dialog where you have to type your surveyor name and the number, telephone number, whatever you have given.
Because you have created a project.
Yes, I will show you that. That is just a name. It is only for the convenience of the surveyor that I have created as a project for this name. So that all the settings like, UTM projections, everything, all projection settings and everything is all set for you. Right. So that is all predefined. So in the surveyor, you will give your surveyor name. Be careful if there is a capital S or capital B, you have to write the caps. There is a space, you have to do that. Right. So we got some feedback from the field that they were not able to get the data. That's because there was no space in between what they were writing. So once that is there, you will hit something called get feature. Okay. Get feature will bring in all data that is assigned to you as a surveyor. Okay. Once that is there, when you hit on the start survey, there are two options again here. You can select some 3, 4 or 5 parcels and you can start a survey. Or when you just say start survey, all parcels will get into what is called Captivate.
Selection of the tools.
Just mouse. Just select, click.
But now I want to zoom this man now.
No, that is getting resolved because that is the hardware issue. We are not able to do that. But if you do zooming and all, you can do, and then you can select those parcels. And you can
start survey.
When you select those parcels and say start survey, only those parcels will go into the Captivate. Otherwise, by default, everything that is there will go into Captivate. Okay. Very importantly is after you have finished your survey in Captivate, you will say end survey. So all that what you have did your capturing will come to infinity again. Okay, but it will be in a different color. It will come in green color because it is already changed. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. Very important is the state is going to change to survey. It will change it to QC. You don't have to worry about it. The system is going to take care of all of that. But once you have finished and then you have pushed it, all data will come. Okay. So very importantly, only this portion is what majorly that you will use in Infinity. Okay. Stepwise, surveyor means you will have to give your name, number, get the features, you will download the data. When you say start survey, you will take all the parcels, or there is an option that you can select few parcels and send them. Then when you say start survey, the Captivate will automatically start. All the data is there. When you say end survey, all the data will come back into the system, into Infinity. The data is still here. Nothing is updated in the server. Okay, all data is with the surveyors. Only when you say update feature, then it will get updated into the server.
Can we close this application by doing survey Captivate?
Yeah. No problems. Right. There is no dependency that this is there, but the only thing is the work that you are carrying is now put into Captivate, and from there it has come back to Infinity again. Right? Any questions so far? Or am I going too childish? Right? Because it's important, so that's why I wanted to go slow. Right? Then comes Captivate. There may be some improvements that we'll be doing in the upcoming version. But right now, the job that comes from Infinity comes as a job, which will be having an underscore data time. Okay? So what time the job was created. So when you are bringing your data from MAP to Infinity, that is one part. And then from Infinity, when you bring it to Captivate, the time that when the was created, brought here. So you can scroll here. We have created a custom application settings. When you click on Kerala, settings are already established. Okay.
Next day, we start another one. Same numbers also repeat. That is also point ID starts from there is a problem. There is the same one. We are our observation is done in the same. We need this number from 26 to.
But why that number is important to you?
There is a identification for each number. Each number have different coordinates.
Correct, I understand.
We can identify the this polygon. We consider one block as unique. One block is independent from another. We need the coordinate of each point is different.
Absolutely.
So in a particular
Absolutely, you'll get that. But not the ID, right? You are talking about ID. You are getting, you are getting the coordinate.
Point ID is the identification of that coordinate.
So you go to the parcel.
So that is different. So we want that is different from the first day's one.
The ID.
ID.
Okay.
Point ID is also
I'll
the
check.
point in the second day the point ID is not shown. Is not shown.
Second day the point ID is not shown.
We are downloading that one. The second day's point ID is not shown in the Captivate.
Because we are not focusing on ID.
Not in the Infinity.
No, we are not showing any IDs there because
No IDs there.
yeah, we are just storing all the lat logs. Yeah, we are storing all lat logs.
Only ID shown in the first list work only. The remaining was no IDs there.
IDs are showing on the Captivate? No, I don't think so.
Infinity.
Infinity.
Captivate. Like this.
No, these are not IDs. Okay, anyways. This is the parcel numbers which we have. That is.
These are the different points. These different points are have different IDs.
I'll check that particular file.
We want
But I
different
don't-
IDs, but no IDs there.
Okay.
Parcel should have nodes.
Yeah, it will have notes.
Nodes we have connecting adjacent polygons.
Right.
Adjacent parcels. That nodes should have IDs. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine. I'll check with your file what I want. But usually we are not maintaining that IDs because it's only the lat logs that we are maintaining.
Another issue is that repeated number of jobs is creating in Captivate.
No, that I told you, right? That we are going to resolve it.
We cannot identify where our work is.
So that is why we have put like date and time. It is not by default all the time.
Also, we cannot create nearest polygon. We cannot identify the points from. We cannot pick the points from the first job to second job.
Right.
That
So
creates so many difficulty in the field.
I understand. So we've taken a note of it. All these points are also can be
The
addressed.
surveys goes to some other steps and some other illegal routes. Connecting. That's not good. You must provide a good route for that.
Sure, that is there. So tomorrow when you are working on it, my team will tell you how to do it.
Okay.
Sir, does we have an option to insert
You can insert a point.
through the Kogo methodology doing a parcel, like a point to parcel?
You can insert. In Captivate it is there.
From Kogo editing. Because when
Editing is something that I will talk about it later because right now we
Another
have.
issue is that if we selecting polygon, partial survey, we cannot insert the points after the creation of a polygon. We cannot insert points.
Like
We completed a polygon.
finished a polygon.
After the polygon is finished, we cannot insert the point like this.
Why do you want to insert on the polygon or to the next part? That you can do. That you can do.
No. That is not done.
that's our result, sir.
If we cannot, if we.
We have to insert points by doing Kogo. Then we can.
First we delete the polygon, then insert the points, then only join the
No,
parcel.
it's not like that. Anyways, okay. We'll see tomorrow when we are doing that. Right.
So every working day we have to do this process and survey. And next day we will start. Isn't it that?
No, why do you want to? So, no, once you finish your parcel or when you finish your job, that is
The
a
job means the entire block or one day work.
day work or entire job you can finish. And then you say,
Next day.
see, when you keep doing every day and you say, because it is all the same data is in the same tablet. Okay, it does not matter whether you are putting in Captivate or this thing. If you keep bringing every day, you will keep on creating multiple jobs.
That's the problem. What you have to
No,
do?
you can just leave it like that. You can close. It's already by default saved.
But tomorrow's work is not coming to the next day work, next day work.
No, why not? Because you are changing the job, na? You are closing the job, so it will close the job.
But when I'm not getting the yesterday's work, how we can unnecessarily start the.
No, you can, all, okay, let me show you.
That's the problem here.
All data is stored. It's not getting deleted. Okay, it's still there.
But we cannot start
That we know,
the next one.
that we know, but the data is not in the job.
Yeah.
No, it is there.
Yesterday data should be on the job.
It is still there. No, until you have said
Work is
push it.
continuous process, so we can, we want the XLS points and polygon.
You can all get that.
Like see, and we can create many alterations. in
You can do all. Can you see my screen? If you keep hitting end survey, you will create new jobs like this. Understood? So you are not ending your day, you are ending the survey.
Actually, your work is only answer, even after the completion of each block.
So it's your choice. You can take only. Okay.
But sir, department assessing the work comes, there is no. There is no.
Day-to-day
Day-to-day.
Day-to-day
You don't push the data to the.
So for example, no, there is nothing pushed into the server.
No, not push the, no. You cannot push the data to the infinity, or the end server.
It doesn't matter now, it is in the same tablet. What difference does it make?
So how can that mean, it means know how much work has been done?
That is only when you are sending to the server. That means you have to send to the server, right?
Every day. That is the workflow here. Progress.
അല്ല വേറെ നമ്മളിലേക്ക് എടുക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന ഹെൽപ്പേഴ്സ് സർവേ കൊടുക്കൽ സർവേ നമുക്കൊരു നമ്മളെ ലാഭാണ് 2 മണിക്കൂർ കൂടുതൽ ചാർജ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല.
Guarantee that you are allowed to do that every day. Guarantee your job will be there, or once will be there. If some error happens, totally lost anything like that.
Nothing. Data is intact. Okay. So supposing you are taking today's job. Okay. If you say that I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parcels, you select that and you create a new job. You finish your end survey and then push it to the server. Okay, that flexibility is there. But if you say I want to take the complete work into a job and then you have done only 4 parcels, then you end the survey. What is happening? So it will create multiple jobs.
We can have to do the end survey also.
No, if you don't do the data that you are coming from Captivate will not come into the Okay. Once you get into infinity, then only you will push it into the server.
You can selectively push the data to the server?
No.
So all data will go.
Whatever is 2QC will go into the server.
ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കാം.
Sir, what are you doing here? When you are coming here, I want a parcel. We are doing that server.
I understood. That is how you are getting that you have done so many work to the. So many jobs, and then you are confused. One job to pick up and everything. Right? But otherwise, if you have, I mean, that is the workflow. But it is not said that it has to be like this only. You have given the flexibility to you so that you can move around with the jobs.
Actually, we are getting the area details and other things from calculate. They are not seeing there. We have to look or take a photo from the calculate and send to them. Now we are doing that. അതുപോലെ ഏരിയ ടൈപ്പ് കൊടുത്താൽ മതി.
So by the way, even if you push the data to the server and say it is 2QC, that doesn't mean that you have finished your parcel, right? It can get rejected also and come back to you. So that is not the way how you measure it. We don't measure it the way how that particular thing is being done. Right? So the data that is going to, after you have finished everything, in progress data will not come, only that is the completed work will come. Okay?
In between survey, if there are any updates in the portal, can you obtain it from the get feature?
Yeah. That is the main reason why you have a get feature. Now the thing is also that, supposing today you have only taken this many parcels, tomorrow you have done Ente Bhoomi, you have got some more parcels here, right? But I don't want to do that immediately. I have sufficient work because I did only 10 parcels here. There are so many 20 more to do. I want to finish this job first, right? So then I can still continue to do without hitting the get feature. Get feature will get you the latest data into your system, right? Now, here we are thinking of making it automatic also, but that means that, automatically the data becomes there, it will come here. But, that is still.
Only the new data. Only the new data.
Oh, only the new data, not the old data. Right? Any questions, sir? All good?
Software will remember any days. Software will remember the surveys only and then surveys come.
No. Okay. This is infinity. You're seeing in infinity.
Yeah.
When you say get features from the server, I've got all the data in my this thing. So ideally, you should do this when you have internet connectivity, wherever you have internet. That means before going to the field, you want to first click that get feature. It will bring all the data. It is ready. Okay. Now, I want to do all the parcels one shot, or I want to do only this village. I mean, some portion of the block I want to do today. I can select those and say start survey. Those parcels that you have selected will go into as a captivate. But remember one thing, here you have only graphical. You remember the second scenario where there is no graphics, only textual data is there. That will go by default. Because there is no graphic, you cannot select these parcels. So that will go. So the entire block without parcel geometry will go. Right? And then you can, if you are able to see the map, you can make out that 2 or 3 more new parcels will be. So you know the work that you can do today. Ideally, it's not supposed to be like that, but ideally you know that, okay, today's work is this many parcels I can do. Right? So you selected, you created your this thing and you say start survey. This will create a packet, job packet. That will be made, push to Captivate. Now when you switch on the Captivate, you will have your work that you have to do today. Finish off your work today. Then you come back, say end survey. So whatever job that you have finished, all will come into your infinity.
Maybe asking so many days. After
No,
many days,
I mean what I am saying is, one best method is, you select the parcels that you can do today. Because first time, second day, 3 days, by 3 days you know that one parcel will take so much time. One day I can do 5 parcels, 10 parcels, or 15 parcels. Beyond that you cannot do. Everybody knows. It may be low also, maybe less also. So you have selected, you will select 10 parcels for example. Right? That I can do today. That is practically that this is possible. 10 parcels you will do. Select those 10 parcels. Create a job for you in Captivate. Finish your work for the day. Come back, then push it into the server. Rather than, if you don't select, if you say start survey, everything will go. So 25 parcels will go into your system. But one day you cannot do 25 parcels. So you have to wait, finish it off. Otherwise, in the night again you will come and say stop survey, end survey. Then it is another file created. Then again you start another survey. Then another job file created. So that's how you are creating more and more jobs. Okay? The job files will not get automatically deleted from the system. So these are called job files. The job files will not by default get deleted from the system. It will be there in the system. Okay? All that you will have is the latest one on the right side. This will all be the old files. Anytime as a surveyor you want to go back to the old file, you can always go back.
can we import data from one job file to another?
I have to check. Didi, can you import one job file data to another job file?
One job and data into another job. Yes, I can do.
Right. So you can try it tomorrow. So there is a lot of flexibility, but it is only that the data is pushing and creating, is copy pasting and everything is all done automatically. Okay? Okay, so I'll just show you how the infinity looks like. When you open infinity, this is how it looks like for the first thing. You may not have projects here, but this is how it will look like. Okay? So what you will have to do is click on new project. This could be a village name or whatever you like. Right? Whatever is your choice. This has nothing to do with the survey, server, and anything. It is only your convenience that you can create a name. Right? Suppose you are doing a village, something, or one block. You want to give your own name. This is not going to go into the server. It is not going to go anywhere. It is only for your where you are creating. So if I created some like say Attipara, I know only few names, so I'm just using those. Right? Here you will find that there will be something called Kerala Land Survey. Okay? Make sure that that is always there. What it is a setting which will have all the coordinate systems and everything set up here. Okay? Like the local WGSAD4, everything will be set up. Once you have created this, click on Create. This will create a full interface for you. Ideally, because my system is not, I keep testing, so you'll have all the UTM coordinate system, everything ready for you. You will go to external services tab. Give your surveyor name. What did we have? Ajit S. Sir. What is his name? Okay. You will have to give your surveyor name, phone number, and click OK. Right? So I will take another project, which I have already created because I don't remember the name. I am directly connecting to the production server. Not this. Okay, it's a different name. So once I have given the name, I have got the files. I'll say get features. Okay. Right now, my data that is given to me is updated, so nothing will get downloaded. Only parcels that are assigned to you will get downloaded. If there is no data that has been added in Form 50 through Ente Bhoomi, that will not get downloaded. So you get the switches. So you can select parcels, selected one or all. Okay, so I say selection, so only those parcels will create into that. And then it will automatically start Captivate also for you. The job is created, Captivate is ready for you to work. Right? And then when you do end survey, it will bring all the parcels that you have finished your work. Right now it should not work. Did it work? Okay. Right. I think I tried to do something and it came. So when you do the end survey, all the data will come here and it will come in green color. And then only when you say update feature, then only it will get pushed into the server. Any doubts so far? Am I clear, sir? Should we proceed further? So in the Captivate, when you start, there will be, these are the jobs, and you will have something called Kerala by default setup. When you click on the Kerala, this is where you will select your parcel survey and start to work. The moment you do a parcel survey, this is where the whole thing will, where you can see your geometry and everything that you will have to work. Here we have given options like search and new. So parcels without geometry, you will have to search using this search option. Okay, you search a parcel, search for a parcel. It could be on survey name, number. Now we are now adding the owner name also, but the owner name is not in English, right? So I don't know how the keyboard works and all, but I think survey number, whatever is in English and numbers, that can all be working. Search that, search for the parcel, and then you start to do your, get to the survey, then start doing your survey. Right now, this all what you are seeing is from my simulator, not from the actual device. There is no difference. You can use the simulator to do this. Right. Here we have updated this. There are some options where it shows that okay, if you are confirmed that your parcel is complete, you can hit this button, that button, everything we have added. So you can continue, and then once that is there, as I told you, the parcel color changes. Once that is done, it is updated and sent back to the place. Now, here the only difference is what you get from Ente Bhoomi will be a 2D geometry. XY, latitude and longitude. But what we are going to capture here will be XY and Z also. Okay? The Z, there are some problems because Survey of India has not yet set the geodetic datums and all those things. But right now we will be using MSL and doing it. Right? But then later on we can transform it. But the Z value is what we will be capturing also. You may not be noticing, but the system is automatically adding XYZ parcels. So these are few where you can select, you can add a new point. So there were some requests from the field that, I am doing this parcel, suddenly there is another point of the neighboring parcel, I want to mark it right now. All those are all possible in the system, right? It's probably that time we did not cover because that was the first batch. So now you can probably update the team and we will also update the earlier batches on the. Okay. Once that parcel is complete, this is supposed to be 2QC. This is the old screen. That was by mistake. The parcel will come here. Right? So for us, we are, as you were asking me, we are not maintaining any IDs. It is just for the display purpose, but we are not sending the IDs anywhere to the system. So it's only mostly the lat longs is very important, is what we are selecting. That geometry is actually going into the system.
How we can distinguish these points? Without
Green color.
No. 2 points are very near. How we distinguish them without the ID?
So the idea of the nodes.
I think, Jaydeep, can you show the IDs for each and every point in Infinity Captivate? Yeah, I think we can do that.
Points of view, ID is very
That is your TS001 is your base, your control where you put the total state.
each block there will be different ID for different point. That is very necessary.
Okay, I'll check with that. But I'm sure it is done. Jaydeep, the question is, can you come over?
In each block, point is called.
Huh?
Point is called.
When we start a new job, same number is repeating for a particular block.
ഒരു ബ്ലോക്കിന് എല്ലാ പോയിന്റും വേറെ
This one is I mean, I took screens from here and there. We tried all kinds. So the question here is really what they are saying is this parcel coordinate. Saying that for one block on a day it is coming from 1 to 25. Next day they start again, it is 1, starting from 1. They want to have these included.
So then when you capture in Captivate, then you have to put it. Whatever the ID you are putting into Captivate, same ID I am taking it here. When
He is
some ID
asking in
here,
Captivate.
you can see IDs are here, na? These IDs are.
There is a problem. There must be a warning the need from that software. There is no warning there. The point ID is repeating.
Warning is there.
First day we start with the work with the point ID 1, 2, 3, etc. 25. Next day, in the same block, the work is starting. The point ID is starting again from 1 to 25.
It is duplicating.
Duplicating.
Sir, if you work into one job, then it will give the warning. If you do the work in different jobs, it will not give the warning.
When it's possible, in our software, different jobs are arising.
No, that is what, see, the thing is, I told you, right?
Yeah.
Either we give you flexibility or we completely lock it.
Yeah,
So what we thought, we came into a middle. We said we'll give you flexibility.
There is no link, sir, there is no link between the point ID and the parcel. We are not eating any point ID.
That's
I
only
told the same thing, but you don't read
We are not
that.
eating the point
That's
ID.
only one point. Our objective is that the work is, the entire work of one block is done in a particular one job only. We did not want many jobs in a particular block.
That's what he said.
Sir, okay. Today you are saying I don't need 10 jobs. But tomorrow you can say I need 10 jobs. Because in this project
because
this happens. In
that's
this
why we
project
give
this
you the
happens.
flexibility.
In the study,
In the field that has happened.
we are going.
No,
Because
that's
Sir, at the end of the day, run for 1 month, then we will discuss. After 1 month, you will say and ask me, Jaideep, I want one job for every day.
Sir,
That
do you
one
understand
job
what
every
I
day, and I
told?
want to see it. What is the survey doing every day? Right now you are saying I don't see what the survey is doing 30 days. At the end of the survey, you will ask me, Jaideep, I want to see the progress report for each and every day. I want to see the folder for each and every day. Right now I'm giving the folder with the time stamp. You are saying I don't.
No, not only that point.
Then what we
And
do?
extra one
what we
point.
do- what we
Extra
do
one
in
point is that.
yesterday's work,
Huh?
yesterday's points, observations that we need.
Either you can like Vinay is saying.
Extra one point
If,
is that.
sir,
if-
Sir, let us finish
okay,
one,
sir,
one
if
point
there
back.
is any update in the form 50, then you need to create a new job.
Yeah.
If there is no updation of the database, then you have to continue with the old job only. Why you are exploiting a new job? Why you are creating a new folder? I'm exporting some job.
As per-
I'm doing work.
As per your workflow, first we finish all the form 50 entry and demarcation of a particular block. Then only we go to the survey. Then we can start with the particular one job.
No, I
It is
did
not
not say like
requirement,
that.
huh? It is not
I did not
requirement.
say like that.
It is
You
not
say,
requirement.
I'll tell you, in a block you have 50 parcels, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have taken only 30 parcels today downloaded.
Okay.
You have created from form 50 30 parcels.
Okay.
Now you brought everything. Where are you put? You put it in infinity.
Okay.
Now can you do all 30 in one day?
No. Only some.
You know 10 or 15 you can do.
Okay.
So what you do? You select only 10 and you say create this as a job. Why are you making all 30 into one job and then you finish that job and you close the job? That job is not complete. Then you are pushing it to the server. Then you are creating a new date and everything. So that is the problem.
The next day.
Next day you take the next 10 and do it.
That is created in another job or same job.
No, it will create a new job. Now you are creating a new job.
Then how we get the yesterday's data? How we get the
Okay, so let me tell you. So I'm no, you can still. That's what I said. From one job you can import the data into the next job. You can import. Not the-
Next.
So every day we have to
Last
import
day-
data from one job to
Last
another
day's
job.
work
This
is
is
also
the-
same.
If you don't want to do it,
They can carry the yesterday job also. No? They can select the yesterday.
that is
They
what
can select the yesterday job also, the 10 parcel. They can
Okay,
select
now-
the new 10 parcels. Take out all 20 parcels on the field.
So after, then
So
we have
supposing,
full
sir-
time survey.
Extra one
So
point is
we have
that.
given the selection option.
The extra one selection is that in the field there is some new field or new LR is already we will receive from some people. So we want to include that data also in this.
That's it. You can, you get your feature, you get a new, say there is a new LR here.
Yeah.
Okay, let us assume that you can see 6106. You want a new LR which has
You
come
will learn
here.
inside the
That's what.
some
Maybe it is split inside.
yeah.
My mutation and everything, those things have not been captured so far.
That is
Right?
identified in the field itself.
Okay. So you want to do a mutation,
Yeah.
right? You have collected, so you collected the points. If you know the parcel points, like supposing here is the mutation that has happened between two brothers. Okay, this is one point, this is another point. You collect the points. Okay. Now I am telling you another scenario. You have downloaded this yesterday.
Then there will be another one another pushing is there.
What LR pushing?
New data is there.
No, that's what I am coming, no, sir.
Another job
Sir,
is
these all, Vinay, we cannot answer all the question in theoretical part only.
You do practical, na?
Yeah.
That's why we are
That's what
installing.
I'm not showing you. I'm giving you concepts here.
Yeah,
Tomorrow you do
concept
it.
clear.
Yeah, that's what.
Practical issues
Tomorrow, I have given the software. And
You try all that
Sir,
tomorrow.
we have done that.
we have done already.
No, there has been an update.
Do with me, sir.
There is
Do with me.
Already more than.
No, I'll tell you,
With
sir.
me, all the
Sir,
questions.
I'll tell you one thing. Yesterday, after the project started, I went first time to the field. Okay. I gave training, we gave videos, everything. When director asked to start the survey, I just kept quiet and I started to do the survey. But he did not start with the project. He started something here, there, everything. I'm not blaming a surveyor. But then I felt that no, he has not understood the concept. Right? The whole concept, what I am again telling you is, you get all the geometry here, but you don't have to take everything into field immediately, because you know that one day 10 or 15 parcels can happen. You choose only those parcels and make a project. Who is stopping you? We gave you that flexibility.
That we cannot select, sir.
No, then what I do?
Government have certain rules. How to do some business,
അല്ല, അത് മാത്രമല്ല, ഫീൽഡിൽ വെച്ചിട്ട് ചില എല്ലാവരും വീണ്ടും നമുക്ക് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. അപ്പോ ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മളൊരു 10 എല്ലാവരും പുഷ് ചെയ്ത് കൊണ്ടുപോയി, ആ 10 എല്ലാവരും ഒറ്റ ജോബായിട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഓക്കെ. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഫീൽഡിൽ നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ എക്സ്ട്രാ ചിലപ്പോ ഏതെങ്കിലും 2-3 എല്ലാവരും കൂടെ കിട്ടിയെന്ന് വെച്ചോ ഒരു ഫീൽഡ്, അപ്പൊ വീണ്ടും ഒരു എക്സ്ട്രാ ജോബ് കൊടുക്കും. അപ്പൊ ഈ അന്ന് ചെയ്ത വർക്ക് തന്നെ അതേ ദിവസം തന്നെ ക്യാരി ഓവർ ചെയ്യാത്തൊരവസ്ഥ വരും. They are shown in different jobs. Same day there happen some another job extra.
Whatever you are pushing now, you are creating, you will create a new job. Right?
Yes.
If you ask me to switch off the jobs, I can switch it off. But then what is going to happen? The complexity is that you will not push me when you want to do it every day, push, for example. Right? When you want to do, until you have finished your job, I cannot push everything back to the server.
Why we need every day pushing?
I mean, sir, that is your choice. It is your choice. I am giving you the choice.
See about the workflows what we discussed with the department, that survey will push the data every day. That has been told to us.
Simple objective is that
We are not saying you have to do every day.
there will be
The department asks once in a month.
there will
Once
be
in a month.
Make it like that. That's not a problem. It is hardly any time that I
We have given the push facility. We have not decided 24, once in a 24, or once in a month. We have given the push facility, that's it.
But
It is
I
you.
can calculate. Calculate should be calculated. You didn't push.
It is you. You want to download every day, you want to push every day, once in a month, once in a week,
Your
once in a
choice.
year, once in a 10 year. It is you. Right?
I did not.
Our job was to give the push facility. That's it.
the different jobs are happening. You cannot see the common points. They cannot create the new polygon, executive polygon. These are the issues.
No, we can make absolutely we can make it into one job. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the problem is, today you are facing a problem that you want one job. Right? I close it, then everything will happen like that only. Right?
If you have the page, job is open. Job is open. I will get survey. And we have another updation in Bhoomi. And on that live job, can we get features on?
Then you will have only one job, na? For a whole work, what you do survey throughout your lifetime will be one job.
Only for one job.
And not for like that is for a particular village or particular block.
No, then sir, I'll tell you what. So I have to, then what happens is your block size cannot change. Right? You cannot have your multiple blocks. Right? Even if you have multiple blocks, okay, you will have multiple jobs.
Okay. That's
Then you don't have that problem, you are having this problem. Anyways,
what you provide.
I am giving you the flexibility. You are asking me to close it. For every block, you can create a new job. For every
You can
per day
create-
job, you can create a new folder for Captivate.
you can do whatever you like.
Features are there. I am not saying in one job you have to bring 10 blocks.
But you provide an option to see the common side and the executive side.
Yeah, that is what is there.
That is there. That is there.
Why doing it?
That is what exactly what we are saying, that we can import.
One thing, please make sure whatever the things you are able to see it in 3D, department has asked us to allow the particular survey. We are not taking a decision. If department will say tomorrow that one surveyor can do a complete Kerala state, we will allow him. If we say one surveyor will see only one block, we will allow only one block. So we are not limiting the data, we are following the guidelines. Right? So whatever the data is coming as per the guideline it is.
Right, and I don't say that this is the end of the story. Yeah,
It is
so
a
all
starting.
your suggestions, we are taking it. We are not saying that no, this is not going to change. Right? So even from the first day survey to this today, everything has changed. So now there are only 3-4 buttons.
Yes,
all the suggestions are welcome.
Absolutely. I agree.
We'll try to develop only after the approval.
Right. We'll do it. We are going to do it. But as Jaideep said, it has to be coming from the approved system. Once the approval is done, then we'll do it.
Okay.
Right. So right now, there is a lot of changes that we have also done. And here the colors also has been added. You can see that. Okay, once you have pushed to 2QC, right? This is how, I mean, I'm just showing it to you. Probably you guys will not be doing, somebody else will be doing it. But there will be a 2QC, it's a workflow again on a browser, where you will search a particular parcel based on a particular district and all that. You can jump into that and then you will do a QA/QC and the workflows will follow that, right? So that is the end-to-end workflow that is going to be followed, and how that is being, as of now, implemented. This is happening in MAP. It's not in Infinity, and Captivate is given to the field survey. Right? MAP is in the centralized server and is given to the department. So huh? No. Our server. Yeah. So just for your consumption. I'm doing live.
Okay.
Right. So there will be a MAP is a slightly advanced system. Let me just see what is it.
MAP is actually this independent software or it's an old process we call
No. MAP is a centralized platform. Okay. And this platform can do a lot of things. It can do images, it can do LiDAR data, it can do point cloud, a lot of things it can do. So it's web-based. So nowadays, police and everybody is also using this platform for all the crime analysis. So I'm just showing you the public URL. So this is a web page where internet is slow. So it was pulling my internet from my phone and it is that far. That's it. Sorry? Yeah, phone is too far away, so that's why I will not able to get it. So this is the URL where you can see all the parcels that have come from Ente Bhoomi. And here, if you notice that there are blue parcels and green parcels. Blue parcels is something that has to be surveyed. Survey and surveyed. It has come to QC automatically. So whatever you have pushed so far, this is live system.
What is green parcel?
Finished, huh? 2QC. Surveyed, finished.
Complete.
No, survey is complete. Blue is to survey.
To survey. That is pre-service case.
Ente Bhoomi-Captivate.
That is pre-service.
So in the whole hexagon system, there are 3 colors. Blue is that what I received from Ente Bhoomi. Right? It will be blue in color. When I am doing my work, that will be in yellow color. Okay, that is in Captivate, you will find yellow color. That means I am still in progress. Once I have finished, it becomes 2QC. It has to go to QC. That QC color will be green in color. Then it is a different color, which you won't see at all. Huh? The surveyors won't see. That is for the final next before the end, right? It is being done in the portal only. In the web portal. So here there is something called workflows. I'll show you another. This is the dashboards. So this is how you can see that altogether 343 parcels have come from Ente Bhoomi as of today. Then there are 548 QCs have been submitted.
From under kind of village.
No, it's from the all villages.
Yeah.
I have not applied filter.
Yeah.
It is not applied filter. Okay, now if I can't read the names, but if you let me know, I will filter that. This one? What should I click that? Or Thiruvananthapuram is this? That's what I remember as the longest one. Okay. Here, what is the taluk name? So this one only?
Village. Last one.
So 223 QCs have been done, right? And you can see that the maximum were in the initial month of November. And that is now. Total are 592 parcels. Out of that, 369 have to be surveyed. This has to be.
They are pending for QC.
Yes. I mean, the QA/QC process is not started yet. But so whenever you push the server data to the server, this is where how the data is going to come in dynamically, automatically. Okay.
Can we edit or delete or update?
Nothing can be done here.
Surveys comes with this.
Once you have finished your server, you are at your surveyor and you pushed it to the server, that's it. Finish. End of the story. You can keep adding, na?
Any change can that's why QC also.
No, he will just reject and send it back to you.
Only rejection.
That is the workflow. I mean, you can do editing in the software, but the survey.
We need some rectifications there.
No, that you have to talk to director and then ask him to. Right. Only QA/QC can reject. That's all.
Only rejection.
Yeah, you can add all those data. But you have to be georeferenced. The problem is georeference is not there. Only georeference data will come.
അതെല്ലാം പുഷ് ചെയ്തില്ലേ പുഷ് ചെയ്ത് ഇവിടെ കിടക്കല്ലേ അത് QA/QC-യിലെ കറക്റ്റ്
We cannot add points or delete points.
And QA/QC, as of now, it is not allowed. It is not allowed. Possibility is there. You can. It is like a CAD software here, but it is not allowed. That is why, see, if you notice here, you are all talking, so you did not notice here.
This net is down. Net down.
No, net down, so nothing will work now. Just like electricity down, no computer will work. Right?
Now, if there is a web page is available, and
So you see this parcel workflow, this is how it starts from a browser, but it will download the application into a local machine and it will work like a desktop. That is how you will have CAD kind of drawings. This is called Smart Client. There is, except for Microsoft and Hexagon, there is no product company who produces smart clients. Smart client means which can work on browser as well as on desktop.
that's provides our department.
This is already given, na? This is the QA/QC thing. But here there are so many tools like I mean, let me go to the parcel. Let me show you. Here I am not supposed to do a product demo, but I am just showing you for the sake of it. Value, right? There is no geometry here. Okay. I select a parcel.
Skin standard application.
Yeah, you want what you want to have. You want to put a point in the center of it, midpoint, where you want to do that. You want to say from this corner, 300 meters from here, go here and place a point there.
Can we cut that parcel?
Mutation, everything is done. This is what Haryana government is using it, the same software. It is like a CAD software, but instead of buying a CAD for multiple seats, one server, everywhere. Everything is there. And then you can do that dimensioning also. There is something called dimensioning also. I am not good at this software, but there are other ways. I told you, angle, segment, 500 meters from here. Everything is there. So this is already there, but this will all be disabled. That's why I am not supposed to show you this product. It will all be disabled.
Because we have to import anything, it will be on coordinate.
Everything is going to go in coordinates only. That longs. That is the main idea. Your coordinates has to be perfect.
Can we export this data to number formats on the DSL format, this kind like that? Can we export this data?
This is a complete GIS data. So you can export to whatever format you want. So this same platform is used by Survey of India also. They are doing it for some other work. Police is also using the same platforms. There is the beauty of Hexagon is we don't have our own file format. Old softwares, old systems have a file formats, but now we don't have. We work on any file formats. That's what. So that's it from my side. Any questions? Anything? We have made so many buttons into 3-4 buttons, so there was nothing to show also. Click this, that's all you have to do. Right, sir? Any questions from your side? Right? Thank you very much. And we'll again do the, I think, hands-on from tomorrow onwards. Meanwhile, they will install. Then we have got some instruments also. You can try it out here at some. Right? Okay. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. And I'm here till next another half an hour to 1 hour. So we can always chit-chat if you have some suggestions. Some things. No. Of course, we'll note it down, but it has to come from the director again from top. But he has to agree to it.